bed with Madonna here, aren't I? And you're looking all glam. Are you good?
Good. Is this your bedroom? You're in your bedroom?
This is Mum and Dad's bedroom when they come to stay. It's like, it's
Okay.
a really cute little cozy room. And
It looks really cute.
Yeah, it's just where I feel really cozy and nice. So, yeah.
Nice. How is the whole isolation and corona? Is everyone in your family okay? Are you okay?
Everybody's really healthy, actually. Our close family here are all safe and well. We've got my mother-in-law is on the front line. So
wow.
She's out there doing her thing. My sister-in-law and her other half are both key workers, so they're out there doing their thing, which is amazing. Mum is high risk because obviously she went through her breast cancer and she's still having treatment for that. But she's really well, but she's really bored and she doesn't want to stay at home. And it's like, I have to keep on phoning her and saying, are you in? Have you stayed in today?
Yeah. And what have you been doing to keep yourself busy? Are you doing anything different or learning something or trying something? What have you been doing at home?
So my days usually consist of like an online exercise class of some sort, first thing in the morning to get me up and get me moving.
Yeah.
And it's been really funny. Like the front room is now my gym. Like all the equipment's gone in there. It's a bit brighter in there as well, and we've got the big screen, you know. Yeah. So that's kind of nice. And I've been doing some exercise with Benjamin as well.
He's joining you.
Yeah, he's been really good. It's
cute. Mother-son time.
Yeah, it's really cute. Because Michael's still able to work. So he's at home. So he's in the office just on the other side of the house. So we kind of keep the rooms separate. Yeah. He goes to work and we come and sort of do our own thing. But because we've had some good weather, we've just been outside in the garden kicking around a ball and playing a bit of badminton. And, you know, we're lucky because we've got a nice outside space here. So, yeah, that's been good.
And is Benjamin, how is Benjamin with schooling? Is he getting stuff from school? Is he out of school? How's that work with him in school?
So it was quite interesting. We felt like... they were really rushed before lockdown, so I don't think they really were, the school weren't as prepared as I think some of the schools were. So he didn't really get sent home with a lot of stuff. So we got a whole load of websites sent to us with like some unlock codes, so we just kind of went through that, and I've been doing like a little bit of maths with him. Oh my gosh.
Hey, the math teacher, Mrs. Hedge returns.
Really? Absolutely not. I just don't understand maths these days. He's been teaching me. It's been amazing. But we've been doing some reading and some art and, you know, jumping around, but just not anything too heavy at the moment. You know, it's all a really strange place for all of us.
Yeah.
And so we're just adjusting. And because it's officially the Easter holidays from school, that's what we're keeping here.
Yeah, that's the mentality at home.
Yeah. Holiday time.
So Faye, we've got so much to talk about, but I think we should start with the obvious, which is steps. You did that. I was looking at all your information today. You did that for 1997 was when you guys came together.
Yeah, so the audition was May the 7th, 1997.
I love that you know the exact date.
Yeah.
May the 7th, 1997. And how was that whole process? Because I've not really heard that story before. How did you guys come together? Did you audition? Did everybody how was it?
Yeah, so it was an audition put in the stage newspaper. So it was a little advert, and it said something like 18 to 22-year-olds must be able to sing, dance, and be good looking. I'm sure that was one of the... I know! What? So
97, though. That was 97.
Yeah, exactly. Different times. So we all had to send in a photo and a cassette. I mean, that's how old it of us singing a slow song and a fast song. And then you got selected to come and audition, and the audition was actually held in Epsom. I'm sure like in the town hall or something. And anyway, there was like 600 people who came to that audition. We had to come in and we had like a number pinned on our fronts, and we started off like the whole room started off dancing, and then they'd pick a bunch of people and go thank you, and that whole bunch would just leave. And it was quite brutal, really. And by the end of the day, I think it was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I think we'd been whittled down to like the last 10. and they swapped us in, and they would like lining us up, having a little look, swapping somebody else in, and you're just like, oh my god, this is brutal, absolutely brutal. And by the end of the day, yeah, they'd chosen us, and it was actually Claire, Lee, and myself, because Lisa and H were already in the band.
I see.
And they had a slightly different lineup before us. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did you know you were going to be auditioning for a band, or did they just kind of leave it vague?
They kind of left it vague. I mean, we were there to front 5, 6, 7, 8, which, because at the time that was the new dance fitness craze.
Yeah.
And so they wanted some kids to like front a single to do that. So we weren't like entirely clear what we were getting into, I don't think.
Yeah.
But the funny thing was, you know, by the end of the day, it was like, I remember phoning my mum from a payphone and saying, Mum, I think I'm in a line dancing pop group.
What?
And she was just like, okay, darling, phone me tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Did you have any inkling? I mean, you must have, how big Steps was going to be?
Gosh, no, absolutely not. We were supposed to be like a one-hit wonder. And then I guess Pete Waterman was on board, and we were, you know, the first single was 17 weeks in the charts.
I know, I saw, and I have to talk, I love all your albums' names. Like Step 1.
Step 1.
But
I mean, that could have gone on.
Here's on the dance floor, and like all the names are amazing.
I know, the last one was so dramatic. I loved it so much.
Here's on
the dance floor, and the Party on the Dance Floor tour, and yeah.
And what was kind of like, as a band, I feel like all the music, every time that I listen to any Step song, I can't help but feel happy and elated. It was that kind of vibe exactly what the band and the producers of the albums and all that were trying to put out? This positivity, feel good, like, because I feel like today, I don't know if you saw, but my ballet class.
Yeah, I did.
I just did Step songs. I was like, this is an homage of Faye, because she's coming on tonight. So I was like, oh my, and every single track was like, boom! I love it.
So I guess the name Steps was because we would always have dance steps to go with the music.
Steps, so your steps,
and and I think the audience we were trying to get hold of was sort of a slightly younger audience, really, and we were surprised that it kind of got bigger, and you know, that we've got quite a huge demographic of people that, you know, like the music. But the music, I think, because it came from the Pete Waterman side of things, it was always going to have that nice thumpy poppy sort of beat. And also I think Pete had wanted it to be sort of ABBA-esque, because we're a mixed group. You know, we've always had like a tongue-in-cheek sort of nod to it, or a homage of some sort. You know, we're always going to be connected that sort of way. And it's just something that's carried on, and I think all of our biggest hits are sort of the dance floor fillers. So
how did you, what do you remember, can you walk me through that? You know, I'm sure you did so many tours. I saw you did like a gazillion tours with them, but do you remember that first opening night of, let's say, your first massive tour with Steps? How were you feeling? I mean, I can imagine when you walk out for the first time, you just see loads of people. It must have been quite amazing feeling.
Yeah, so we started off with a theatre tour actually around the UK, and then our first arena tour. I think the thing that I really noticed that really was exciting and just gave us such a buzz was when you heard the crowd, but you could actually feel almost the compression of air coming towards you as people screamed.
So
it's
cool.
Like, you just can't beat that feeling. It's just electric, you know. It's just such a wild sort of feeling. And I think, you know, we're so grateful that people are still interested. They've still got the love for it, you know. It's we've been allowed to do new music and go out and tour, and I mean, hopefully I can't say anything official, but we've been working on stuff for the next chapter. So let's get this quarantine out of the way,
so
we can do some announcements.
Oh my God! So you have an announcement, TBD. It's coming.
lots of announcements coming. It's really exciting, and it was just so frustrating because it was literally on the tip of our tongues just before we went on lockdown. So yeah,
well, it's something to really look forward to then when all this is done.
Absolutely, absolutely. We can't wait, and we're going to be so busy. Once we're out, we're going to be out.
And you all seem to get along so well, all of you. You've got like such a nice friendship between you guys, don't you?
It's kind of, we're almost like siblings these days, you know. It's like we've been through so much, through thick and thin, you know, in our personal lives as well. You know, we are like brothers and sisters. And I think because Steps is our baby, it's our business, it's something that we hold very close to our chests, and it's such an important part of our lives, and we can't get rid of each other, really.
No.
We're kind of stuck for life, so we're making the best of it, and you know, having a really good time doing it.
I think it's quite interesting when you are in a band. I mean, I can imagine. I don't know. I can imagine. You can maybe help me figure it out too. I can imagine though that being in a band and having that kind of popularity, it's good that you've got one another to kind of lean on and be in it together, versus being a pop star fully on your own. You know, this is kind of nice to have a group of you in it together, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, I mean, I'm sure there are moments when each of us have kind of gone, oh, you know, this is really
you do
tough.
that with your brother and your sister.
Yeah, exactly, live in each other's pockets. But, you know, we laugh, and we laugh hard. We've got so many stupid and wonderful stories and anecdotes of what we've been through over the years. And when we're actually on stage together, and even when we're in the rehearsal rooms, you know, there's just this vibe, and we bounce off each other, and we're stupid together. You know, it makes you feel like you're, you know, in your 20s again. It's just, it's amazing to be in the room, and it's really exciting time. So
well, hopefully we get this over with fast so we can get the news.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, I'm going to jump backwards again a little bit, but before you did Steps, where did you get, because you have a gorgeous voice. I've actually heard you sing up close and personal. I know.
I heard you sing the other day, Miss Manrara.
How did you go to a theater school? Did you train? How did you get into the whole world of singing and dancing?
So when I was at school, I did like ballet and tap classes after school. That was my thing. And I was in the school choir. I would do every school show that there was. There was also, we had a big band in my upper school, so I played saxophone, and I sang in front of the big band as well, did some work there. But I didn't go to stage school. Mum and Dad sort of weren't in the financial position to do that when I was sort of at that age, 16. A lot of my friends went off to stage school, and I was like, I'm so jealous. Look at you going off and like being the kids from Fame. That's what I want to be. You know,
little did they know,
and stuff with your friends.
Little did they know you were coming for them at 18.
So I ended up in like covers bands and stuff like that. And I still say that I'm winging it every day. You know, I love it. I do. It's, you know, I still work at my voice, you know, because I use my voice in so many different ways. We do recording, we do the musical theatre side of things, we do the live performance stuff, we do it with mics and without mics, and so many of the jobs that I've done as well. I've learned so much from the people who I've worked with and musical directors and stuff like that. So it's a tool that I'm, you know, constantly learning. And it's just something I really love, but it's always a challenge. It's not something that actually comes naturally to me. And I've had people say to me before, oh, you know, your voice sounds a little bit unstable sometimes, and I'm just like, I'm passionate, you know. I'm somebody, it's like if I feel something, you know, I give it. So yeah, I'm not a brilliantly technical singer.
No, but you've got a beautiful voice. Who was it that was telling me? I think it was Louise Redknapp, funny enough. She was telling me that, you know, the tone of a person's voice is almost just as important as the technicality of it. You sound beautiful when you sing. That's already step one. And you've got a beautiful sound to your voice. I love listening to you.
I always think I sound a little bit like a chipmunk.
Nah, no. No.
But
No, Faye, you touched on it then, but that was going to be my next question. Musical theater and theater seems to have been a big part of your career as well, especially when Steps kind of not ended. I don't want to say ended because it's still going on, but when you took a bit of a break from it
for the first time, yeah.
Yeah, you really enjoyed the musical theater. You've done some pretty amazing roles as well. How did you find the difference between one and the other?
So I think when I first left school, I wanted to go and do musical theatre. It was one of the first things that I kind of auditioned for. And then I ended up singing at the Hilton Hotel as a lounge singer actually there.
Oh, wow.
While I was auditioning in London, and that was a really good experience. But then suddenly Steps happened, and after Steps had finished, I had a phone call from Bill Kenwright, my management did. So I had to go in and I did an audition for Bill Kenwright for Tell Me on a Sunday, which was a one-woman show. Now this first experience,
I was going to ask you more about that one, so go for it. Because one-woman show is tough. And Andrew Lloyd Webber as well. I mean, I wish I could have seen you in that one.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to go back and do that again, knowing what I know now. But it was like literally diving in head first into the world of theatre.
Yeah, and on your own as well. It's a full on. It's a big ask.
Yeah, it's like an hour and 45 on your own. And it was the most incredible, satisfying thing that I ever did. And I mean, I've always loved theatre. I've always done something on stage, but it's just the buzz of doing a live show 8 times a week and just being able to give it all and be in your zone and be somebody else and get the makeup on and the lights. I just love it. Some people can't be doing with the graft of it and they say it's really hard work, but it actually, the adrenaline that I get from doing live stage work is just something that that's why I keep on coming back to it. You know, it's amazing.
But so would you say that, I mean, I can't really pick, but would you say that you prefer those live kind of performances, whether that's with Steps or musical theater, but the live side of things you prefer more than recording, or do you enjoy recording albums as well? So
I would definitely say live. Yeah. Live is definitely where my passion is. It's where I get the buzz. It's where I get the adrenaline, and it's something that you can't replicate anywhere else. That buzz from, you know, being on stage, because it's like kind of do or die, isn't it?
Yeah.
You put yourself in the flames, and it's like you've got to do a good job. You've got to come up with the goods, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I heard Craig and Darcy over the weekend, and they were both talking about how there's something about being in a live theater show that no show, even if you do it 8 times a week, no show ever feels the same, because it's a different audience, it's a different dynamic, you know, you find different things in different scenes throughout the show. Would you agree?
Yeah, and having different people on stage with you as well. I mean, I can remember I did Singing in the Rain, and somebody that I was working with on stage at the time literally just cried, just gave you those bunny in the headlights, sort of white eyes, to say, I know that I'm still playing, but I don't know what it is, save me. And yeah, that's so exciting when that sort of thing happens as well, because it's like, who's gonna come in?
What's been, and you can be as honest or however, but what's been one of the worst, the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on any live performance?
I've got a good one.
Okay,
so so it was Singing in the Rain again, actually. So one of my colleagues had come up to me in the dressing room in between scenes and said, oh, could you just do a quick autograph for my mate? So anyway, we ended up chatting, and then I heard my call, Miss Tozer, to the stage. So I like quickly grabbed on something to put on and got onto stage. And I was just performing my song, and in my song I had to take off my dressing gown, my costume dressing gown, and underneath I'm supposed to have this beautiful like negligee thing on, and I'd forgotten to put it on. So I took off my my dressing gown, and I was there in these like fleshy Spanx and this nasty sort of underwear, and Sammy, who was on stage with me, her eyes went all wide, and I kind of went, oh, because I felt really like secure in my underwear. You couldn't feel the costume on top. So I'm just like, yeah, this is great. And then I look down and I'm like, oh, how do I get over to that other side of the stage and get my dressing gown back on? Oh my God, it was just mortifying.
How did you do it? What did you do?
You just do it. You just
went over.
You just get back to that dressing gown. You get it back on. Yeah, and pretend nothing's happened. Absolutely fine.
Oh my
my
gosh.
little heart was beating. My
I
goodness.
bet,
Yeah.
Faye. I bet.
Yeah. Horrendous. Just
Oh
horrendous.
my God. Well,
Yeah.
are you planning to come back to any kind of Western theater show in the next year or so? Is that something you want to come back to?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. We're always
Yeah.
looking for the next one.
Always.
We've had some really, really exciting phone calls, but I think we've got some band stuff that we need to announce
I
first.
know. It's like we're speaking in code.
We can't say. So
I know.
yes. So I feel really humbled and honoured that I get so many wonderful phone calls saying, "Oh, are you going to be available to do this?" And yeah. So when the time hits and I've got my next break after things happen,
After the thing.
then yeah, absolutely. I always come back to treading the boards after my next chapter in Steps. You know, it's where I feel at home. We were really lucky that when Steps disbanded the first time, we all sort of found our own little home outside of Steps. And that's mine. So yeah, I will always go back. Yeah.
Well, I watched you and everybody's talking about Jamie, and I was like, because I had never seen you live before. I'd seen you dancing on tour, and I'd seen you, obviously, videos of you singing in the band and stuff. But I'd never actually seen you doing something other than Strictly Live.
Yeah.
So I remember you came on, and I was like this crazy fangirl. I was like, yes.
And it was such a great role as well, though. Because it was, I mean, people get typecast, I think, and it was really, really fun to play sort of a feisty, sort of hard-nosed
like this
northerner.
Exactly,
strutting around in the heels, and
you look hot.
Yeah, absolutely,
you look really hot. I was like, look at her with her heels in this.
I mean, I was living the best life. Yeah.
Now let's talk about Strictly Come Dancing. So how did that phone call happen? Because I remember Steps came and performed on Strictly, and we met briefly. We met briefly in the green room, and I remember saying, "You would be great to do Strictly." And you're like, Did you have an inkling? Was the conversations happening?
So we've been my agency, Olivia Bell. Hello, Olivia. They had been knocking on Strictly's door for years because I've been going, I'd really like to do it. I would. Me. Hello. And had nothing for years, and we kept inviting people to come and see Steps on tour and going, come on, I'd really like to do this. When we'd come and done Scared of the Dark for the Halloween special with you guys the year before, I think Anthony had come with us, and we literally went around the whole green room going, I'd really like to do it. Can you see me?
Yeah.
And,
I know. I mean, even I was like, "Oh, you'd be amazing." You're like, "Yeah, I would love to."
I know. It was a dream. And then we got a phone call saying, "Would you consider putting your name in the hat for it?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Would I consider it?
And then when I was on holiday in Portugal, actually, it was like months afterwards, and I got the phone call, and I literally burst into the tears on the street because it was literally a lifelong dream, and I couldn't actually believe that I was going to be on Strictly.
I mean, I was looking at your scores, like your overall scores and everything. You got 40 in every single one of your dances in the final. That's just like, I don't think many people in Strictly history have done that. I think maybe this couple, Caroline Flack did it when she was on it. Beautiful. And but you're definitely one of the few.
Do you know, that night, I knew that we weren't going to win. I just knew it in my heart.
Was it a gut feeling, or?
Yeah, absolutely. And that was absolutely fine by me, because I felt like I'd won already because I was in the final, and I literally danced for my life. It was just, I had no pressure. I knew it was my last time to dance. And it was just the most beautiful, amazing feeling, and I came out of it going, yes, I did it. You know, it was incredible.
Your show dance, you looked like, do you know, like those like golden age of Hollywood stars, like Ginger Rogers, Tid Charisse, like all these amazing female women, you know, of the 1930s, 40s. You just looked like you exuded glam, like full blown glam in that show dance. I mean, all of your dances.
Living my best life. Living my best life.
You did look like you were living your best life.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite dance that you did throughout the series?
Do you know, it's quite funny because I do often like go on YouTube and go, oh, I just wanted to have a little look at when I did this little dance, or somebody will mention it on social media or something, and I'll go, we'll just have a little look and see how we did there. So I sometimes look back, and I think, I mean, a lot of the crowd's favourite, it was the Charleston that we did.
Yeah, you got a 40 for that, didn't you?
Yeah, I think that was our first, was that our first 40? I think it was.
I think it might have been, yeah.
And when we did that on tour as well, and they had the giant goats, that was so ridiculous. It was just amazing. It was just, crazy. And thank you to Luba for that, because she was
Luba was dressed as, for those of you that don't know and weren't able to come to Strictly Live tour, Faye and Giovanni performed their Charleston. Yeah. And in the Charleston on the live show, you had puppet goats in the background, but on the tour they had these 6-foot huge costumes on, 4 of them just running around in the arena while you did it. Amazing.
It was crazy.
Luba was one of them.
I mean, poor thing. It was just but then I think another one as well, because it was the first year that they did the couple's choice. So
your hair,
it was crazy. So Giovanni kind of said, what do you really want to do? What's your passion? What do you think that we could do? And I'm gonna just do what you want to do, because this wants to be your moment. So we ended up doing the theatre jazz, and we did it to Fever, and we did kind of a Fosse-esque style. And it was the most scary thing I'd done, because I had to like run and jump off the judges stand as well at the end, and like do a handstandy thing. And
I remember you said to me when you were doing your camera block that day, you said, Janette, can you look at my jump and tell me? You were koalaing on Giovanni. I was like, go on, let me see. And I was like, you're fine, you look great, you look great. Was that hard, that long hair? Did that like get in the way? Because you looked amazing.
That ponytail, I mean, it was so Anna, who did my hair, I think we went through 4 different ponytails before we actually did it, the right one, and that was in one day. My poor head was so sore.
I know, because it was really tight, wasn't it?
Like this, the best facelift I've had. It was just so tight. And then they did it with like yak's hair to start off with, like, and it was really thick and really long, and I literally couldn't get it round. It was really funny. But then it was too tight and too small, and then it was really hard and whacking us in the face. It was a chore that day, but we did it.
You did it, and you did it really, really well. I have to say that was probably one of my favorite ones. I also really enjoyed I think it was your Viennese waltz, when there was like 4 Giovannis. I was like,
that was like
I hadn't seen you play that kind of character yet. You were like, it was like the actress came out there. You were like, well, that's so good.
I think that's what Giovanni really excels in, though, his storytelling through his choreography. And, you know, he'd had this whole story devised, and, you know, I'm thinking this when I'm doing this, and, you know, and it was really a beautiful moment. But it was only my second dance, I think. And it was quite early on, you're right. Yeah, and it was quite a big thing to do, I think.
Oh, Luba's on. Yeah. Luba's saying hi.
Hi, Luba. We love you.
Luba.
So so that was amazing, and also Luba was amazing with me as well, because she was helping me out with my shoe issues, because my feet, I think they're only just recovering now.
Was that hard? Because a lot of the celebrity women that come onto the show talk about, I mean, I think when I first started wearing them, you forget how uncomfortable they are at first, because they're very different shoes, aren't they, than what you would wear in musical theatre.
It's like wearing a pair of wedding shoes. You know,
when 8 hours
you get those fabulous shoes that look amazing, you feel really good in them, and then you run them for an hour, and they absolutely kill your feet. And it was like, but it was just having to wear them every day, and blister over blister, and then Luba was the one that said, oh, if you soak your feet in vodka, And so I literally soaked my socks in vodka, put my socks on, put my shoes on top of those, and they kind of melted and like formed to my feet. So yeah, that's
Nice.
such an amazing tip. And yeah, I don't think I could have survived
And then
without
you went on from the final and Strictly, you went on to go on the Strictly Live tour, which we talked about with the goats and everything.
that. Yeah.
Did you find them very different doing the main TV show versus the live tour? How was that difference for you? Did you like it?
So the live show was probably the most scary thing that I've ever done in my whole life.
Yeah, I bet.
And the pressure on you is so huge, and wanting to do your best every week and get through, let alone, you know, you kind of didn't care what anybody said about, you know, your scores and stuff. You just wanted to get through. And it's, I think, you can't ever underestimate, and you couldn't ever sit back and think that you would get through the next week, however well you were doing.
Do you feel like you learned a lot about yourself doing it? Like how much you are capable of, the kind of pressures you can handle from doing the show?
Yeah, absolutely. And I felt like I came out of it a stronger person, and with more sort of fight and, you know, I was, I feel like I can take anything on now, having done that. It's like you train like you're training for the Olympics, you know. It's crazy intense. And then to go onto the tour, because you have everything choreographed already, the lovely thing was, because I'm used to the arena sort of situation, that was just like going back home. We knew where the dressing rooms were. It was like, hi Manchester, hi wherever. And that was lovely, but the pressure was off. So it was the dancing. I can remember though, you were sprinting from
because it's so long, because the arenas
to the other
are so long.
Oh my god, I was so fit by the end of that. She says herself, but you know what I mean, cardio fit. Oh my goodness, it's just
we did have loads of fun on the tour. I remember the saying is always, what happens on the tour bus stays on the tour bus.
Crazy dancing, crazy music. I mean, just so many laughs. It was absolutely brilliant. It was just, I'm so pleased that I got onto the tour, because not everybody does.
I know.
It was kind of gave me closure to the whole Strictly experience. It was really great.
And that's you touched on it for a second there, but it's really interesting, because I don't think people realize, people like yourself that are, you know, used to performing in arenas and are pop stars, like, you know, you would assume you'd have an advantage, quote unquote, on the show. But I mean, I danced with Peter Andre, and he was literally every Saturday panicking. We were doing breathing exercises to get him through. So I think people don't realize how hard it really is, because you've never done this before. You're throwing yourself into something totally out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and I also think because it's one of the biggest shows, or the biggest show on TV, you know, I think you don't realize how conscious you are of those millions of people there judging you. I mean, you've got your live room already, you have your judges that you feel the fear from anyway, and then you've got 12 million viewers outside of that as well. So I think that sort of pressure is something that you can never experience anywhere else.
You can't really prepare somebody for that either. You have to kind of, unfortunately, get thrown in the deep end and then figure it out.
Don't you think, so I think somebody who really took it in their stride, who's amazing, was Lauren Steadman. She was she is just such a cool cat, and she just took it.
Do you guys all keep in touch, your group?
Yeah, I think, you know, we do. So we've still got the WhatsApp group, which is really cute. So you sort of say hi, or if there are events coming up or birthdays and stuff like that, you hear from everyone. And I think we all kind of, you know, via social media, we all sort of get the link. So yeah, it's really, but again, it's like, because we were class of 2018, you know, you have that all in common. That's your little network.
They do say though, and it's so true, because I've seen it now over the years doing the show. Every year feels completely different. Every group of celebs feels totally different. But what I do like is seeing how close they all become, you know? You kind of like the 2018 class, the 2014 class, and, you know, and everybody's just kind of stayed in this group. I remember I spoke with Alison Hammond a couple of days ago, and she's
Oh,
got a WhatsApp group from all the girls that did Strictly with her, and the group is Strictly Sisters. Like,
oh, nice.
and
I
they
love
all keep it.
that.
It's so nice to see that, you know, because I think only people that do Strictly Come Dancing, especially
Yeah,
if you do it together in the same year, can really fully understand how hard. It's amazing.
yeah.
I think all the hard work you put in pays off with the amazing experience, but they come hand in hand, you
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. And you've got to fight for it. You know, you've
Yeah.
got to really, really want it. And I think, you know, I really loved our year and the celebs that came along, because just such a funny, diverse, weird bunch that you would never live and never put together in a million years. So it was just brilliant to be part of that team. Yeah.
Yeah. And Faye, now going back a little bit more to your normal everyday life. So Benjamin and you are working out together.
Yeah.
You're home. You're doing maths.
Yeah.
How is Michael? You said he's busy working in the office. Do you guys have, like, because Ali Ash and I have the house split in two. Like, this is my side, so I do all my exercises, my talks with Janette here, and then he lives on that side. Is that kind of a normal situation at home as well?
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, on this side of the house, same as you, this is sort of we've got the sort of the main living area and the kitchen and sort of Benjamin's room and sort of my dressing room and bits on this side of the house.
Yeah.
And then sort of over the other side of the house, it literally, so Michael will come downstairs, go through the bit and then out on that side, and then we'll see him at lunchtime or, you know, later on. Yeah, it's it kind of works for us that way, because I've never been at home.
No, like, me neither.
This long. Yeah, ever. I was so we went on a dog walk with Benjamin this afternoon. We've got a fabulous golf course near us, so
nice.
Beautiful views. It's really chilled. And as we were walking, he was like, "Mom, it's like you're home still." And I'm like, yeah.
Does he love it? I'm sure he's loving having you home, Benjamin, no?
Yeah, so because he's an only child, it's like we just do everything together, you know.
He's like your best buddy.
Yeah, but he's at really, really such an amazing age. He's 11 now, so he is interested in loads of different things, but we've got lots of, you know, the same tastes and the same sort of hobbies. So
he seems like he's quite a cool kid.
Yeah, he's dead chilled though, and
yeah,
he's so helpful. Oh my goodness! So I feel like I'm really learning a lot about him. He has been so helpful around the house. Like sometimes I was just like, do you know what? We've got to deep clean the bathrooms. So I was like, babe, do you want to come and help me? So we'd literally get the buckets and get everything that we need to, and then whack on some really good music, and we're just like, yeah, exactly. So I'm a little helping buddy as well, and there's nothing that he won't do for me. You know, he's really, he's got a really good soul. I think we're really lucky.
He's got your back. He's got Mama's back.
Yeah, but he's got a really chilled way about him. He's just, he's a cool kid.
No. Don't you think, I find that, I know we, especially you, because you're such a busy woman as well, but you know, I feel like in some ways although some people are going through this in a really bad way, whether that's because they've lost someone to coronavirus or they've got someone working in the front line as well, it is also quite a very, very wonderful time to just be still and be home and enjoy the comfort of your own home and spend time with your family and your children or your spouses. I feel like the universe in some ways kind of made everything just go, whoa, stop. And let's take a second to value the little things in life that we can sometimes take for granted.
Massively. It's like you say, it's kind of like the world did stop, and it kind of, because I feel like I'm always busy. I'm always chasing the next job. I'm always writing something. I'm always learning new songs for a new show that I'm doing. And I actually felt like a little bit lost and a little bit in limbo for a while, because I was like, that's really great, but those jobs aren't happening, so I don't need to learn those. Should I still learn them? What should I do with myself? And I kind of like, what am I doing here? And I think I've got quite a lot of friends who have high anxiety. And so I found myself sort of doing a load of FaceTiming, to those friends and kind of, you know, trying to rationalize things and try and distract people.
Yeah.
You know, because it is a really, really strange time.
Yeah.
I know that there are lots of people who are really struggling being on their own as well. So my mother-in-law is living on her own. I've got a couple of friends down in London who are living on their own. And I think it's just having that physical touch that everyone's really missing as well. And that's when I just think, oh my God, we are so lucky. I mean, just have our family together in the same house at the same time, you know, how we didn't get stuck you know, over in Australia or something, you know,
that
we were allowed to be
you're
here.
together.
Yeah. And so just sending so much love to those people who are on their own.
Who are alone, bless them. But
Yeah.
that's why I do things like this, or I do my little party ballet, because I kind of feel like for those people that are on their own and just need a bit of like happiness and connectivity with someone else.
And your stretch classes are just the best.
Do you like them?
Yeah, you stretch like a monster. You do. Oh, it's fabulous. You feel like you've got extra bendy limbs afterwards. It's great. I love it.
I'm glad. Good, Faye. Good. I'm gonna keep them coming. You've got loads of people asking loads of questions, so I'm just gonna try and click a few of them before I let you go. Okay. I'm alone and missing my husband who's passed away in Christmas. Oh, that's Emmy. I'm so sorry, Emmy. I know. I love how you've been caring for your friends, Faye. Good. I'm loving these lives. That's something. I'm just brushing. Let me see. Oh gosh, there's got loads. Oh wow. Hold on. Sorry. I met you in Archer Street a couple of years ago, and I've still not washed my cheek. That is from Johnny Bentley.
So Archer Street is it's like a little bar down near the theatre that I did Jamie in, actually, and they do they used to have like West End singers who stand on the tables and do amazing songs and stuff, so it's a really fun place to go.
I love it there. Ali Ash and I've been a few times. This is a question from KOK Wally. Does Benjamin listen to Steps?
Not through choice.
Not through choice.
No. So he's really proud of his mummy, and he comes along to concerts and he enjoys the concerts. But he's really into Queen.
Oh wow,
that's his thing. Yeah.
Oh wait, I've done something to my phone and I can't see your face. Wait, I'm trying to scroll through the questions and I've lost your face now. Hold on, let me do this. I'm so bad with technology, Faye. I don't know about you.
Oh, I'm a massive technophobe. It's awful. I'm actually really surprised that we got on today.
Okay, I can't see you, but you can still hear me. So,
I can.
Hello from Hong Kong. Wow,
hey. Who have we got in Hong Kong? I've got some friends over there, actually, Katia and Klaus. So sending them love.
Yeah. This is Adinda posted. Do you like to cook, and do you cook a lot? If you do.
So people who know me know that I'm not a domestic goddess. I'm really not.
No, I'm not either. I think we've talked about this. We're not really that.
But since this has all happened, I've really enjoyed my time in the kitchen, and I'm actually cooking more than ever. My kitchen's never been so clean. I went out and bought I bought some more pots and pans when I was on my weekly shop. And now, I mean, I feel like, you know.
Do you have a favorite dish now that you make?
Not really a favorite dish, because we're trying to, do you know, I feel like I'm eating stuff that I wouldn't usually eat because I'm trying to cook for everyone's tastes.
Oh, right.
So it's like I'd never cooked lamb before, so I did like a lamb roast dinner.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Very fancy, Faye. That is fancy.
You know, so this is a new thing that I'm doing. So
that's good.
So Benjamin also does his piano lessons via Skype now at the moment. So I'm going to get him to do some of that. I found a ukulele teacher.
Oh, that's amazing.
I mean, look at all the fun stuff you can do when you're not working.
Oh, look, this is a good question. I've never seen, like, that's not one you see often, but someone wants to know, what's your favorite go-to holiday destination?
Okay, so I now live in the northeast, So actually, it's more like a UK vacation, which would be just to the lakes.
Oh,
Lake
I've not been.
Yeah,
I've
it's
not
really
been.
close.
It's amazing.
And it's just so green and so beautiful. It's really lovely. So that would be like really easy, because we travel so much with work. It's
so they call it like a staycation.
Yeah. So that's a quick choice. Yeah.
Well, Faye, I'm gonna let you go. So you can enjoy the rest of your, what is it, Monday? I forget what day
Easter
of the
Monday.
week.
Happy Easter Monday.
I know. Happy after Easter Monday.
Yeah.
You are amazing. I can't wait for us to hang out again and just to give you a big hug.
I know, right? We'll go
this is all
again
done.
Soon.
I know. Thank you so much for coming on and saying hi and sharing everything.
So great. So great.
Yeah,
to
you're
see you.
incredible.
Love you loads.
I love you to bits. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Faye Tozer, everybody. Bye-bye, Faye.
Bye, Gorge.